And good morning and welcome to the VSA Capital 5 Minute Morning Miner on Wednesday, the 3rd of August. Isn't the week flying by? Morning, Paul. How are you?
The week is flying by. Thanks. Good. Thanks.
Good. Excellent. Right, let's get cracking. A few bits and pieces out today. We probably should start. Why don't we start? I'll tell you what, I find it's a little bit worrying that some people are almost forgetting there's a war in Ukraine, and yet it's still rumbling on. And it's sort of getting to people's back of their minds. So let's start with the interim results by Ferrexpo, which of course is an iron ore producer in Ukraine.
That's right. They released interims today, and from my standpoint, I think it's a surprisingly good operating performance here, I would say, given the circumstances they're trying to operate under here. Revenues were off by 31% to 936 million because of the difficulties with the logistics of moving iron ore out of Ukraine, so lower production volumes as well. But they still managed to produce a good quantity, 4.8 million tons of pellet production, which really makes them still a very substantial iron ore producer. And it would also indicate they are able to move quite a bit of material yet from stockpiles and so forth that they may have had. And the iron ore market is being relatively well supported too. The high grade price for 65% pellets like they produce is off by about 22% so far this year, but with the capital investments Ferrexpo's making 102 million during the period, it would indicate that it's still a sustainable operation here.
Well done, Ferrexpo. It's also perhaps worth just noting, obviously, with Nancy Pelosi going to Taiwan and China sort of revving up its rhetoric and these live war maneuvers, which is just rhetoric, really. But it is going to increase the pressure on mining going west and the value of Western mining companies, particularly in the critical metal space, because there is this Cold War II taking place. Anyway, let's move on to Shanta Gold, which is an AIM-listed gold miner in East Africa. Yes. I think they've had some drilling results, Paul.
Yes, they did. Shanta quoted on AIM with activities in Tanzania and along the border here with Kenya as well. This results from the Phase 2 drilling program aimed at converting resources on the Isulu Bushiangala deposits into the indicated category. This result is about 10,000 meters worth of drilling across 35 holes that had been done so far in this half. Some representative samples intervals are coming back because the deposits are known to have high-grade chutes in them, 2.9 meters at 18 grams gold or 3 meters at 8.8 grams gold. A lot of individual narrow intervals as well, running in the 1.5 to 3.5 grams range as well in the press release. So it just indicates that they are making good progress here, and they are working essentially to put into the indicated and measured category about 20 different modeled ore zones at Isulu and 23 different ones at Bushiangala. So it's a complex story that they're putting together.
Whilst on gold, we've had interim results from Endeavour Mining.
Yes, that's right. Endeavour Mining, which is a dual-listed outfit here with global operations, and these numbers are indicating that they are most likely going to meet their 2022 production guidance of between 1.3 and 1.4 million ounces at all-in sustaining costs of $880 to $930 per ounce for the year. Q2 production was 345,000 ounces at all-in sustaining cost of $954 per ounce. They have net cash position increase of 141 million during the period to 217 million after all, overall, I should say. And they declared a dividend of $100 million across all shareholders, which is an increase of 43% year on year. So nice to see solid gold producers also boosting dividends for shareholders.
Everybody loves a good divvy. Okay, anything else you want to mention this morning, Paul?
Yes, this trading halt that was lifted on Metal Tech here, the ASX company here, because they have released a new PEA scoping study for the Sturek gold deposit in the Czech Republic. This deposit used to be held in an AIM company several years ago, so some shareholders out there will recognize the name around the UK. Scoping study has a very good internal rate of return of 102.5% for combined open cut and underground production. And it is likely that the mine model, as they proceed to feasibility, will be an extraction process which will not include cyanide, because the use of cyanide was something that was rejected by the local community in the past. So we'll see whether or not the sentiment in the local community for jobs will allow this project to go forward, because they did block it before.
Well, cyanide is not the nicest of products, is it, shall we say, Paul? So you can sort of understand.
It's a natural compound, actually occurs in nature, but the thing is it has to be handled with great care, because it is a poisonous material.
Well, it does sort of kill you. Anyway, on that note, let's call it a day, and we'll see what comes up tomorrow.
Very good. See you then.